There was a man named Tom, a man of considerable means, though not extravagantly wealthy. In pursuit of building a strong family legacy, Tom married 2 wives. The first bore him 3 sons, while the second gave him 4. Despite being blessed with 7 male children, Tom's heart yearned deeply for a daughter. Convinced that his 2 wives could not grant him this desire, Tom took a 3rd wife, Stella. Stella was a woman of ambition, fiercely driven and unapologetically determined. She matched Tom's energy in both confidence and cunning. From the onset, she understood what Tom desired most, a female child. She knew that if she could provide him with a daughter, her place in his heart and home would be secured. However, 3 years passed, and Stella remained barren, not even a son to her name. Tom, impatient and unfiltered, eventually confronted her. "Stella," he said bluntly, "it's been 3 years, and still nothing. I had hoped you would meet my expectations, but it's clear this marriage is not yielding what I truly want. I don't think this is going to work." Stella, shaken by Tom's ultimatum, fell to her knees and pleaded for one more chance. She understood the gravity of the moment. If she didn't act swiftly, she would lose everything. Desperation gave birth to determination. Summoning her courage, Stella embarked on a solitary journey to a sacred ocean far in the northern region, a place whispered about in old tales, where a mysterious queen mother was said to dwell beneath the waves, known for granting impossible wishes. Armed with belief and fear, Stella brought with her offerings for the spiritual ritual, a female goat, a delicate comb, a female pig, and strands of her own hair, symbols of life, beauty, fertility, and sacrifice. She laid them at the edge of the ocean, bowed deeply, and prayed, her voice trembling as it mingled with the crashing waves.
"I was told you help women like me. I've brought the offering. I don't care what it costs. Give me a daughter. A child that will make him look at me like a queen."
Then, she turned and returned home in silence. Days turned into weeks. 4 months passed. Nothing happened. Stella grew anxious, her hope thinning like the moon in its last phase. Convinced the ritual had failed, she quietly began packing her belongings, ready to walk away in shame and sorrow. But just as she folded the last of her clothes, a sudden wave of nausea overcame her. She rushed to the bathroom and vomited uncontrollably. A visit to the clinic days later confirmed the impossible. Stella was 2 weeks pregnant. Stella sits on her bed, visibly 7 months pregnant, glowing and calm. Tom sits beside her, gently rubbing her belly and talking softly.
"You've made me the happiest man, Stella. I can feel it. This one's different. I know it's a girl. I can feel it in my bones."
"You think so?"
"I don't think, I know. The dreams I've been having lately. Pink ribbons, tiny laughter, little feet running through the compound."
He bends down and kisses her belly.
"Daddy's princess. I'm waiting for you."
"So am I."
Stella, now 9 months pregnant, walks slowly through the crowd. She examines baby clothes, tiny shoes, fabrics. She smiles faintly, a moment of maternal joy. She approaches a stall selling infant wraps. As she picks one, time seems to freeze, the chatter fades. A soft humming pierces the silence. A beautiful mermaid with glowing skin, waist-length hair, and a green shimmering tail appears across the road. The mermaid crosses through the crowd, untouched, unseen by anyone else but Stella. She stops right in front of Stella. She points to Stella's pregnant belly.
"She is one of us. You have been given what many beg for. Treat her like royalty. She is a princess of the deep."
A swirl of wind lifts the market dust. In a blink, the mermaid is gone. People resume moving like nothing happened. Stella stands still, trembling, her hands clutching her belly. A single tear rolls down her cheek.
What have I done?
Tom's mansion, late at night. The compound is quiet. A distant thunder rumbles. Inside, midwives rush around. Stella is in labor. Sweat clings to Stella's brow. Her face contorts in pain, but there's a calm in her eyes, as if she knows something bigger is happening. A loud cry. The baby is born. Midwife, in awe of the child, Cordelia is breathtaking. Skin glows like polished gold. Thick red hair. Eyes like the sea, bright, shifting, almost turquoise. Tom rushes in, breathless. When he sees the newborn baby girl, he drops to his knees. He kisses Stella's hand repeatedly. Months passing after Cordelia was born. Tom receives unexpected business contracts. Money flows into his accounts. Factories expand. He gifts Stella a new car. Cordelia is shown in different dresses, growing, always stunning, always adored. With Cordelia's arrival, everything changed. Tom's wealth multiplied. His name echoed beyond borders. But only Stella knew the price. Cordelia is now 16, radiant, tall, graceful, dressed in elegant traditional attire. A luxurious birthday party in a private estate garden. Golden balloons. Live high-life band playing softly. Waiters moving about with trays. All eyes are on her. Her brothers, older now, watch with mixed feelings, pride, but also quiet distance. Tom gives a toast.
To my jewel. My answered prayer. Cordelia, may your light never fade.
Cheers. Cordelia smiles politely, but her eyes are far away. As the applause fades, she suddenly sways. Everything distorts around her. The music becomes echoey. Time slows. Flashes in her mind. Water. A glowing shell. A throne deep beneath the sea. Mermaids circling her. A voice.
It is time, my daughter.
She gasps. Drops the wine glass in her hand. It shatters. Everyone looks.
Are you all right?
Cordelia nods shakily, forcing a smile. But the vision remains etched in her mind. That night, she dreams, submerged underwater, breathing easily, surrounded by glowing figures. A regal queen mother mermaid emerges and speaks softly.
Come, my daughter. It is time to remember.
She offers her a shell, shimmering pale and cold. Cordelia touches it.
I remember. I was sent here. I am not like them.
Her memories returns. Few years later, Cordelia's bedroom at night. Candles flicker around her. She sits cross-legged, pale shell glowing in her palm. Her expression changes. Her softness melts away. In its place, stillness, cold beauty, silent power. When Cordelia took the shell, she took her truth. She was never meant to stay. She was sent to gather. Cordelia was also betrothed to a striking merman named Adrian. Flashback within her mind. A circle of mermaids chanting. The Queen Mother sang,
You will carry the beauty. Men will fall. Their joy, their legacy will feed the river.
Cordelia stands. Walks to the mirror. Stares at herself. Her pupils briefly flicker into deep sea green. She touches her reflection. Months later, Tom in his office. His phone rings endlessly. He screams at his lawyer. A major contract has collapsed. Factories close. Workers riot. One by one, Cordelia's brothers lose their businesses, marriages, and joy. Stella watches silently, clutching a rosary that doesn't help anymore. Cordelia walks past them all, calm, untouched, glowing even more. At night, she enters a secret chamber. She lights a blue candle, opens a chest. Inside, bundles of money, pieces of jewelry, documents, photos of men and families. She pours the seawater into a water basin. She whispers to the seawater,
I bring your portion.
The reflection shows the Queen Mother nodding. She stole from destinies and fed the river. With every sacrifice, she bloomed. But love was never meant to be part of her story. Cordelia enters the university campus. Now a young adult, stands out, poised, magnets people to herself, stealing their destinies. One way or the other she stole people's destiny, either by gifting or by seduction, especially men that always buzz around her like a bee. One day her long ocean-red hair flows in the breeze. She meets Spencer. While Spencer was trying to repair his car by the road, he was shirtless. He caught Cordelia's attention. Spencer was a brilliant, kind, and handsome young man from a wealthy family. They were drawn to each other instantly. They had so much fun together. Study dates, quiet walks at dusk, laughter over suya and drinks. Spencer gifting her a necklace with her name. Cordelia was sent to ruin men. But Spencer made her forget. Their wedding is small but elegant. A garden affair. But on their wedding night, Cordelia sleeps and slips into the water world. Dreamlike vision underwater. Her betrothed, Adrian, a striking, half-human, half-sea being, appears, furious.
You are mine, Cordelia. You broke the vow.
He touches her forehead. She screams, wakes up breathless beside Spencer. Weeks later, Spencer drives home after a business meeting. As he turns onto a bridge, something crosses his path, a flash of silver-green light. His car flips off the bridge. Cordelia in her sitting room. Call comes in. Spencer is dead. She collapses. Her world crumbles. It was the beginning of the end. She couldn't escape the ocean's grip. Her tears fell. But the mission continued. Cordelia, now widowed, grows more wicked. Colder. She resumes her mission, marrying more men, ruining homes, destroying lives. She becomes the ocean's deadliest daughter in disguise. So many years passed. Many years has passed, and Cordelia had grown colder, more ruthless in fulfilling her mission, stealing destinies, dismantling homes, and feeding joy to the river. Adrian, the betrothed spirit from the deep, still visited her in the quiet of night. Yet, buried beneath the layers of darkness, Cordelia harbored a quiet longing. A soft spot for humanity she could never quite erase. No man ever stirred her heart again, not like Spencer once did, until a fateful evening at a local bar. A chance encounter with a young man named Daniel changed everything. When their drinks collided, something deeper sparked. Daniel helped her without falling under her charm. He saw her, not just her beauty. And that made Cordelia fall. They married within a year. Against all odds, she became pregnant, a miracle that defied the very laws of her existence. Unknown to her, Michael, Cordelia's eldest brother and a man grounded in Christian faith, had grown close to Daniel. One day, after a casual game of basketball, their conversation turned serious. Michael shared his family's downfall, and Daniel encouraged him to keep faith. But later, troubled by signs he couldn't ignore, Michael sought answers from a spiritualist. What he heard was disturbing. Cordelia was the reason for their ruin. Shaken, Michael told Daniel. Half believing, Daniel turned to his pastor for guidance. After much prayer, the pastor confirmed the haunting truth. Cordelia had been born of sacrifice. She could only be freed through sacrifice. The only person with the key was her mother, Stella. With time running out, Michael and Daniel confronted Stella. Tears falling, she confessed everything, how she once begged the ocean for a child. Together, they returned to that same shore, bringing back the offerings, the comb, the animals, the hair, everything. As the sacrifices touched the waves, the Queen Mother of the Water and Adrian appeared. At that very moment, far from the sea, Cordelia went into labor. Daniel got a call and raced to the hospital, torn between the pain of the truth and the hope for redemption, desperate to save the woman he loved from the curse that had bound her life.
You dare return what you took?
Meanwhile, she feels dizzy. Her head pounding. Her heartbeat slowing. She didn't know they were freeing her. She only felt pain. She is rushed into delivery. Screaming. Sweating. Beside her, the hospital room, Daniel paces. He's terrified, not of losing the child, but of losing her. A loud baby cry. Back to the sea.
Please, Queen Mother, we come in peace, and to return that which you had gifted. It is only right to give back what we took to you. Please take the charm away and spare the life of Cordelia.
She is my one true daughter, my property. Her time on this earth is over. And you, for breaching our contract. You will see the consequences when it comes.
Stella and Michael cries. But Cordelia is silent, still, pale. Daniel noticed she wasn't speaking. He came closer, but Cordelia gave up the ghost. She died. Daniel cried his eyes out. The air feels lighter. He didn't want her to die, only to be free. But her freedom came at the cost of her life. Daniel sits on his veranda, holding the baby girl. She coos in his arms, innocent, mermaid free.
You are not your mother. You are God's own child. You are not one of them. And I will love you till I die. You're the best thing that ever happens to me. You're my reward. I love you, my baby girl.
He looks up to the sky. The end. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also turn on notifications bell to get first-hand watch on any of our movies. Bonus. Here are 8 moral lessons you can take. 1. Every choice has consequences. Stella's decision to seek supernatural help out of desperation shows that shortcuts, especially those involving dark or spiritual compromises, can have long-term, generational consequences. 2. True love is redemptive, but not always enough. Daniel's love for Cordelia was pure and selfless. While love gave her moments of peace, it couldn't undo a spiritual foundation built on sacrifice and darkness. Sometimes love must be accompanied by truth and action. 3. The past must be confronted, not hidden. Cordelia's existence was shaped by a hidden truth. Her liberation began only when the truth was uncovered and confronted, showing that healing often begins with honesty. 4. Freedom comes at a cost. Deliverance, whether spiritual or emotional, often requires sacrifice, courage, and pain. Cordelia was set free, but it came at the cost of her life, symbolizing that liberation isn't always easy or painless. 5. Faith and tradition often collide, but dialogue is key. The story bridges African traditional beliefs with Christian faith. It teaches that navigating such complex spiritual landscapes requires wisdom, humility, and sometimes the merging of both worlds to find balance. 6. Destiny can be rewritten. Though Cordelia was born into a mission of destruction, she experienced love, pregnancy, and eventual redemption. This illustrates that no matter how dark one's origin, transformation is possible. 7. Children shouldn't inherit the burdens of their parents. The baby being born mermaid-free shows hope that with the right actions, cycles can be broken, and a new generation can live free of ancestral mistakes. 8. Real strength is in standing for what's right. Michael and Daniel showed that standing against spiritual darkness, even when it affects your loved ones, is an act of true courage and faith.